Aries, what's up, y'all? How are you guys doing? Time for your weekly check-in. We gonna see what's happening with you guys for the fourth and final week of November 2025. So it's a weekly check-in, so it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. You know what to do if you are in need of a personal reading. Information's in the description of this video. And speaking of which, this is also going to be the last week for our Black Friday sale. So it runs all November long and it ends December 1st. So if you want to take advantage of any of the sales, usually most people take advantage of Black Friday to schedule Zoom calls. That's just usually what most people do. And there's still some spots open if you're interested. And yeah, all the information's in the description. Link to my website, tarotwithrich.com. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see how things are looking. How's the energy looking for Aries in the last week of November? How's it looking for Aries? Ooh, Temperance. Well, that's good. That's you, isn't it? And you know what? I kind of feel like that's been me too here lately. Where I'm going to tell you what, man, this retrograde has been very intense. Very debilitating. Fucking debilitating. And now, I don't know about anybody else, but ever since yesterday, it feels like that energy's starting to shed for the last week of the retrograde. And every day is feeling a little bit better and a little bit better. You know, so maybe you're finally, just generally speaking, feeling like you're returning to a place of balance and neutrality. You know, as far as this situation goes, though, let me see. Some of you could be dealing with a Saggy, but, you know, it could be anybody. Oh, this person's waiting for you to let your guard down. That's what it is. That's what it is. But you know what? Actually, I think there's going to be a brief reconnection between you and this person. I think so. It almost kind of feels to me like this person's planning on, you know, popping in real quick. I don't know if they see something that they would consider to be a green light. Like maybe they're under the impression that you miss them or you got something bad going on in you. I don't know. But it kind of feels like there's going to be a real short-lived, brief reconnection. You and this person are going to reconnect very briefly. And off to the side here, I got a little warning. That it could turn ugly. It could. And honestly, I don't think, I think this is gonna kind of look very random. Like you might bump into them out somewhere, or I guess for some of you, they could show up in your inbox, but this isn't random. I don't think this is random at all. This honestly feels like something that they've at least been thinking about for a while, or pondering, or for some of you, they've just been planning it. I don't think it's nearly as random as it may appear. And it's not even giving me a crumb of information as to why this is here. So I'm going to have to go ahead and dig up their feelings, energies, and intentions. That's probably where we're going to find that out. Let's see how this person feels about you, what their energies and intentions are. Ooh, that was quick. They miss you. They definitely do be looking back on the past with very fond nostalgia. But they've been holding back. They've been trying to forget about you is what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to replace you, trying to find somebody new, but you still own a lot of space in their head. Yeah. And the thing, though, with this person, well, I don't know. I was about to say I think they're just emotionally immature. Maybe they're not a bad person. But then I saw this. Maybe this person's an emotional manipulator, especially those of you who have been on and off with this person. If you've already let this person come and go, ooh, and as I say it, I get the card for it. I love it when that happens. If you've let this person come and go in and out of your life a few times, oh, they are very confident that they can manipulate you. Very confident. Maybe that's why. That right there. That right there is what's going to end up leading to the big blow up. Because I think they're going to try to play games with you, and maybe you're just at your wit's end and it's just not working. I don't know why. Maybe some of you have been so patient with this person. I feel like there's a couple of you who have given this person chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And then just to see them come back playing that same ass game, bringing the same bullshit to the table, it's just going to make you snap. I think this person could probably make you snap. And you may not even realize it. You could be sitting there as I'm saying that like, oh, no, they would never make me snap. You don't know what you're talking about. Until you end up face to face with them. And then you won't even realize it. Pow! Let's get some advice for this, man. Well, either way, I do think a reconnection in the long run would be beneficial for you. In the long run, like way later on down the line, no matter how it turns out right now, I think reconnecting will lead you to a better future. Now, for those of you who know that this person could make you snap, you might want to stay away and avoid them. All that's going to do is create a bunch of fucking karma. That's all it's going to do. And I know how good it makes you feel to be able to tell somebody what's on your mind, and that's cool. But that creates a big pile of karmic energy that you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to. And that's just what it is, you know? Now, for those of you who maybe aren't really aware of how easily this person could trigger you, well, then I guess there's a very important learning experience to be had with this here. I think so. Now, this is only for those of you who need the reminder. You know, if you need a reminder of the energy this person's bringing to the table, this will serve as a very, very good reminder. And when it all comes down to it, I think you're going to be letting go of this by default. Even if you don't want to, even if you're not planning to. I know I've used this analogy before, but it's like watching a movie for the first time since you were a little kid. Especially if you haven't seen this person in a long time. Those of you who haven't seen this person in a year, 2 years, you know. And as long as you've done a little bit of healing, a little bit of growing, a little bit of evolving, and you reconnect with somebody from the past, it can be just like watching a movie for the first time since you were a little kid. You know, that mind-boggling experience you have when you loved a movie when you were a little kid and now you see it from a totally different perspective. Blows my mind every time. I love that. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm laying around with nothing to do, is look back on old shit that I haven't seen since the 90s. Old TV shows, commercials, movies and shit. I love that. And I love that feeling where it brings up that old core memory. And now, from my full-grown 37-year-old mind, I'm seeing it for the first time since I was 7 years old and realizing I didn't even fucking know what that movie was about back then. Like, I didn't even understand it, but I thought I did, but I clearly didn't. And revisiting a past person or a past situation can have the same effect as long as you've done enough healing. But try not to let them trigger you. Because even though in the end it'll work out for the best, that could make the healing process a little bit more difficult. Anyway, let's see. What should I read next? Did I do your love interest last week? I think I did, didn't I? Yeah. Let's just see how the energy's looking generally for the singles. Anything good coming in? Anything bad coming in? Anything new coming in? Anything old coming in? Anything coming in at all? Ooh, some of y'all connecting with an Aquarius. Oh, I get a lot of too good to be true energy coming from this spread right here. Honestly, this kind of feels like an opportunity you're going to pass on. Feels like you're going to pass an opportunity because it's too good to be true. Something about it seems too good to be true. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. This is too perfect. I'm not falling for that shit. And I'm probably going to pass on an opportunity. And I mean, at the end of the day, if that's where your level of perception is, even if it was a connection with a lot of potential, if that's where you are vibrationally, it would be best not to even go there. Even if somebody has nothing but the best of intentions. I'm not saying they do or they don't. I don't know yet. I'm just saying how important vibration is. Even if somebody has nothing but the best of intentions, if you're at a place where you're really guarded like that, it doesn't matter what their intentions are. It ain't going to work. You know, I'm not saying you're doing something wrong. I want you to understand how energy behaves and manifests, you know? Well, okay, it could be a Saggy for some of you. I also have Capricorn, but hey, maybe their intentions aren't solid. Hey, maybe your intuition is bang on the money. We'll see. Let's see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. Next person Aries is connecting with singles. Maybe this is the next person you're connecting with. I don't know why I looked up and saw that. I said, what are their intentions? I looked up and I saw that, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's a sign. Maybe it's not good. What are their feelings, energies, and intentions? They don't even believe they're good enough. They kind of feel the same way about you. Didn't expect that. I expected fucking Freddy. Or maybe Ghostface. Hang on, how do you flip this thing around? It done changed all the goddamn buttons, man. Oh, there we go. I got Freddy and Ghostface up there. Hey, maybe it's one of them, dude. So far, it's not looking like it, though. So far, this is looking like somebody who doesn't even believe that they are good enough to have the kind of love that they want. You know? I wouldn't say they have bad intentions. I think they're guarded too. But hey, if you're guarded and they're guarded and both of y'all come together like this, that could be troublesome. I don't think they have bad intentions, though. I really don't. I think they have very low self-confidence, little to no self-esteem. Maybe that's what it is. You see, sometimes insecure people can really tend to overextend themselves, you know, and really be a people pleaser or a yes man or a, somebody that's afraid of making people mad because they're insecure on the inside. Now, that's not all insecure people. We know that. There's many different ways that people can respond to the vibration of insecurity, but there are some people who respond to it by, overextending and overgiving and being a yes man and wanting to people please. And I could see where when somebody acts like that, you can throw your guard up. I could see that. One thing that makes me throw my guard up is when you shower me with compliments and praise. Just shower me with all this praise and try to act like I'm the most amazing person that ever walked the face of this earth. I'm like, okay, what the fuck do you want? What do you want? I don't trust you. I do. That is one way to get my guard to go sky fucking high. Boom. I don't trust you. You are at an arm's motherfucking distance if you start doing that to me. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's kind of along the lines of what's going on here. Maybe. I don't think it's bad intentions, though. So let's grab the advice then. I don't even know what personal advice I would give that. Yeah, see? Okay, so what when it all comes down to it, what point do I always try to boil it down to? What point am I always trying to make when it comes to meeting and connecting with a new person, laying a foundation, cultivating a deep connection? What point do I always try to boil it right down to? Transparency. Thinking this is too good to be true is intrinsically indicative of a serious lack of transparency. That's not transparent. That means I don't trust you, right? If I believe this is too good to be true, that means I don't trust you. So I would just say monitor that energy. I mean, I'm not saying fucking skedaddle and boot, scoot, and boogie as soon as one little thing feels off. Give it some time, because, hey, fuck, we're in Mercury retrograde. Maybe I'm having a bad day. Maybe you're having a bad day. Maybe we both got up on the wrong side of the bed and stubbed our toe and spilt coffee on our crotch this morning. Hey, it happens. So I'm going to keep you at arm's distance and see if the energy wants to click into place over time and start becoming a little bit smoother and more harmonious. If it don't, though, remember, don't waste a bunch of time sitting around trying to figure out why it feels off. It doesn't matter. If it feels off, something is off. It's either me, you, or both of us. Either way, when that off feeling doesn't go away in a couple of weeks, it's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. It does not take long to develop pure transparency with someone. And if you don't develop that in the first 2 or 3 weeks, you're never going to. Not 100%, Best case scenario, you'll have a tiny little pesky voice of doubt in the back of your mind. And as long as you got that little voice of doubt in the back of your mind, it's just a matter of time. Eventually, it's going to overtake the energy, and that's going to sabotage the connection. So just monitor that energy. Do not let this turn into a sex-based connection. I wouldn't extend or accept any offers, sexual or none, from somebody that you don't really trust. Develop that level of transparency. If there's no transparency in the first month or so, skedaddle, boot, scoot, and boogie. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Aries family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right. I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.